Hay otro de estos. Este tampoco funciona. Eso en algún momento tiene que funcionar. Pero ya me lo marca aquí. Bueno. Podría ir en teleport, pero voy en chocobo para asegurarme que no me dejo nada por el camino. Hostia, no se ve nada. Sigo pensando que el chocobo se mueve raro. El de mi tío funciona bien.
That'll do, girl.
Vale. Se me hace raro que esto lo considere como una ciudad o un pueblo. Que no puede ir con la montura. 10 guiles, buah. Genial. Nos hemos pasado el juego. Vale. Ahora sí que más o menos podemos ir directos.
Come on.
Digo más o menos porque hay también un cachete de mapa por aquí, pero bueno. Y esta zona... Jergón del bandido. Esa zona no la he visto aún, pero bueno. Voy a ir directo a la historia. Y ya tendré tiempo para explorar lo demás. Total, habrá hunts y cosas así. No se ve nada raro por aquí.
Who do you think those soldiers were in the end?
Friends of friends, I wager. So, Lord Cook has finally made his move.
Yes. I expect that's why there's so many soldiers in town, to deal with any Imperial reprisals.
Vale. Quiero ir aquí. Aquí parece que hay algo. Ambrosia.
Faster!
Tiene el mismo nombre que un hacha del Final 11. En el Final Fantasy 11 hay un hacha que... Bueno, se lo ponían los Rangers. No sé por qué.
Have you lost
Creo que
your
tenía
way
más puntería o
already,
algo así.
my boy?
Pero se llamaba
The
Ambrosia.
ruins mark the road to the inn.
Espérate. Que hay un enemigo aquí. Vale, aquí, no sé. Me daba la sensación que podía haber algo. Pero solo es un pedrusco. Un pedrusco sin más. Ni nada. Nada. Vale, por ahí tampoco. Pues nada.
Run like the wind.
Ochobos. Vale, hay que ir ahí al final. ¿Puedo ir por aquí? No. Esas esquinitas son muy tricky. A veces hay cosas. No. Oh. Es que como que son esquinitas. Siempre pienso que hay algo ahí, un cofre o algo. Vale. Pues hay que dar la vuelta. Ahí está el pueblo.
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Eres muy sibarita tú, ¿eh? Pagas tú. ¿Qué pasa?
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it. And such a long ride from Stone here. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them?
Les hemos pillado.
Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal?
Would you rather be my squire?
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you.
Es que, madre mía, el sigilo no es un...
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Come on.
Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Friend. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
Ya se lo esperaba. La lía y ahora... Venga, toda la vez. Titán tiene cosas buenas, pero... Creo que Ramu es mejor. Tiene una OE directo y tiene un ataque de distancia, muy a distancia.
your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Ya está. ¿Qué pasa?
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
¿Escapar por qué? Sí, ya está.
Clive?
Ha dejado la zanahoria.
What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Vale, tengo que irme para el sur. Aquí no hay quests, no hay nada. Pero hay sitios para explorar.
Needed to a silken soft.
Panes de
Like eating
pita.
a cloud with a crust.
Qué bueno está el pan de pita. El que está bien hecho, claro.
The most fragrant herbs and spices from the breadth of
The finest fabric!
What was all that crashing and banging?
Why is the tavern shut?
The inn's a mess of blood-soaked splinters, thanks to you. The least you can do is let us clean up in peace. I told the guard those soldiers started it. Don't need any more trouble.
La cara de enfado que tenía. Cofre. Bueno.
Let me treat you. I'm pretty flush these days.
Are you now?
Pensé que diría más cosas.
I need a drink.
Me falta un trago. Esta es Yuki.
Fucking men of the wrong.
Any time they pull their snouts out of cookers' trough is when they want to lord it over us.
Cofrecito. Perrito, ¿qué buscas?
1,000 gil for a measly bunch of Gazal trees.
It's all the fault of this blasted war. The moment they find out you're from the Empire, they flat out refuse to do business with you.
Won't you come and play, handsome?
Por aquí hay un burdel.
Your arms are like iron. Are all your muscles so hard?
Well, I'd be happy to show you, provided I can afford it.
¿Me enseñas lo fuerte que estás privando? Madre mía. ¿Es agua caliente?
This town is truly blessed. The bustling markets, the healing waters, and all under the watchful eye of Lord Kupka, who stands ready to crush any threat that might face us.
Look, Father. Hot water.
Bueno.
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means, the wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Well, it's not like we've got a reason to.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not a toy.
Niño. Que no juguete. Vamos. Si en este juego se pudiera pescar, ya se hubiese podido pescar. Así que no hay pesca. Y también lo hubiesen anunciado. Rollo, hay pesca. No han querido añadir minijuegos así. Tontos. Vale, va.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake. You're a bearer, aren't you? I was a fool to waste good coin on you.
Anything I can help you with, travelers?
Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil, would you?
No. I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all the same.
¿Dónde sale esto?
This river runs all the way to the southern seas. They used to load the crystal onto barges and sail it to the villages downstream. Before the canyons were lost to beasts and bandits. When I was a girl, I would wave to the boatmen as they set off on their long journey, and they would throw me sweetmeats in return. Such happy times.
Con lo fácil que sería ir por el río y ya está. ¿Cómo se complica? Vale, a ver, ¿dónde hay otro?
1,000 gil for a measly bunch of gazelle greens.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake. You're a bear.
Crystal delivery's over. Get back to your homes.
But I didn't get one.
Good day, my lord.
¿Qué tienes?
Thank you for your custom.
¿A quién más le puedo preguntar? Estaré aquí arriba.
It's all the fault of this blasted war. The moment they find out you're from the Empire.
Your arms are like iron.
Pues estará arriba. Ah, no, está ahí. ¿Por qué ciego estoy?
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience, believe you me.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not a toy.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank you kindly. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Ferda knows.
Sweet incense! Wax candles!
Excuse me. Are you Ferda?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Mancebilla.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
¿Lo habéis buscado vosotros? Solo preguntado. Vamos a ver. Bueno. Pues os voy a arrastrar. Y el otro riendo. aguantan estos. ¿Qué te perdiste? Pues poca cosa, estamos buscando Titán. Que huyó hacia el desierto para que le curaran. Y estamos ahí. Buscando.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Ferda?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Hola, Valeria. ¿Por qué el prota está muerto? Ay. Tiene un aire al Warrior of Light del 14. Todo el rato me lo está recordando. O sea, ¿sabéis el tráiler de Walker? Que va con la capucha de paladín y todo eso. Me recuerda siempre. No me lo puedo quitar de la cabeza. Como es el mismo estilo.
The juiciest meat from greens. Yes,
My carpets.
Is this the place?
Ubor's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Ferda told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second?
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're gonna listen to this swaggering scruff!
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you!
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle.
Se nos unió en la
I thought we
guarida.
were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil.
Se nos unió en la guarida. Descubrió dónde estábamos, trajo 20 millones de guiles para nosotros y nos sigue ahora. Y ahora estamos yendo a ver dónde está Hugo, Titán. Que sigan los cristales.
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
Es lo que dijo un NPC antes. Que no le habían repartido su cristal.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
Take a sniff, good sir.
Night meat and dog.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
Clive es
I
muy
think I'm
inocente.
starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of
Pulir la
this.
espada era otra cosa.
He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Yo creo que Valeria quiere pulirle la espada a Clive.
The finest
Aye.
fabrics!
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
Me va a matar.
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but
Ay,
Thank you.
¿y el móvil? ¿Ha
I'll
desaparecido?
go and fetch him.
Qué tonto soy. Está en el cargador. Es que me ha vibrado el móvil. A ver. Vale. ¿Será en una... ventana? ¿Dónde está?
Let me treat you. I'm pretty flush.
Es que tenía que ser aquí, ¿no? Ah, vale. Está buscando.
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle?
Por los petardos. Mi pose. Esta es la pose.
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere, and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Let me treat you.
Of course.
Pero entonces podemos salir por la puerta. Ah, vale, claro. O sea, aquí no podemos, pero aquí sí. Vale.
These days.
Are you now?
O sea... Vale. A veces me pierdo, ¿eh?
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
Vámonos. Ese silbido es otra cosa. A ver, mapa. Sí, perfecto. Vale. Vale. No hay nada raro, un boss o algo. Es que dan mucha experiencia, Me tengo que bajar. Creo que cambiaré a Ramón. Voy a quitar a Titán y me pongo a Ramón porque es que no veo el momento en que puedo usarlo. Y voy a quitarle las habilidades que he aprendido con él. ¡Ah! Eso. Restablecer, sí me gusta. Y a Ramón debería enseñarle algo. ¿Qué? Hostia. Este de Garuda debería maxearlo. Ahí está. Vale. Y este le falta muy poco. Este un combate y lo subo. Uy. Vámonos. Vale, bueno, esto es el otro mapa, sí. Parecía grande el mago, pero no es tan grande. Quiero un combate más, a ver si me dan la skill que necesito. Vale, 700 y pico. Ah, hostia, pues dan bastante. Esto. Perfecto. Y pochobos que dan experiencia. Que se me escapa.
You're finished.
Vale. Pochobo.
Ready, go?
Ay, me faltan píldoras heroicas. Tenía que haber comprado.
Time to fight.
Vale. Por aquí. Ven aquí.
Good girl.
Tengo muchas ganas. Bueno, a ver. Yo espero que la historia me siga durando un montón de tiempo, Corre, Feru, corre. Estás haciendo un dominio. Madre mía. En el Genshin, ¿no? ¿Has dicho? Tengo ganas de pasarme la historia. Espero que dure un montón. Que no acabe nunca. Creo que no voy ni por la mitad del juego. No lo sé, No sé muy bien por dónde voy, pero espero que dure mucho más. Y también a la vez tengo ganas de hacer el endgame, porque está lo de repetir algunos capítulos y combates. Y luego creo, no lo sé, pero creo que hay un logro o algo para hacer no hits. Y si no existe el logro lo haré yo igualmente, así que... Tengo ganas de hacer eso. Me va a costar, por eso, porque a mí se me da muy mal esquivar y todo eso. Pero bueno. Oh, ya me hace bajar. Emboscada seguro.
I'll take it from here.
Te aseguro que es emboscada. ¿Cuánto cristal?
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
Venga.
It's not over yet, Uncle.
Es el mejor combo.
I'm just getting
Y crítico. Parte personal de Hugo. Voy a usar esto para curarme. Más tanques. Más enemigos. Pancho,
It's over.
Aquí sí que está transformado.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent.
The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon.
¿Y qué va a hacer? ¿Repartirlos?
It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much. Greybeard.
Double the... Ugh!
Here, wear this.
Otra insignia.
Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubor.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Clive estará lleno de insignias por todas partes.
Umia los delan. Tu isakelis.
Vale.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
Más reputación. Para el siguiente creo que necesitaba 400 de reputación. Un montón. Vale. Oh, vale, ya me imaginaba, tío. Qué raro que no haya quests. Sí que hay quests.
Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I.
Oh, wait. Are you Clive?
Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's least accomplished apprentice. Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
Venga.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? Well, there's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Madre mía. Me lío a quest siempre.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it.
My carpets have
The most fragrant herbs and spices needed from the breadth of the...
Welcome, sir. What can I do you for?
A question, if you don't mind. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something, I suppose.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp. Makes sense.
La verdad que un cuchillo que corta bien. Parece un poco off topic, pero... Se nota un montón. Se nota un montón cuando afilas un cuchillo de cocina.
All those years of toil. Every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need. Might your services be for hire?
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalamil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnoff Terraces. Tell me what you find there.
Seguro que hay un bomb ahí calentando el agua.
All right. I'll go and take a look.
Wonderful. It's not far. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
El sonidito se parece mucho al del 14, cuando aceptas la misión. A ver... Vale, tengo que seguir preguntando por aquí.
Hanging lantern! Ah, they've opened the gate!
Es verdad que han abierto la puerta.
Lubor was true to his word.
Yeah, but what...
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. Your knife snaps every time you use it. You'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I Won't keep you any longer.
Pues de momento...
Business, eh? Man after my own heart.
De momento me dan tips muy...
The carving knife should be hard-wearing and whole.
Muy obvios, ¿no? Pero voy a hacer primero este.
Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Wheat incense! Wax candle!
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
The finest fabrics! Fresh from the...
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalamil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is gonna be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favorite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
Voy, que respondo una cosa. Vale. Hostia, ¿me hace salir aquí fuera? Ay, no, no hay teleport. Pensé que había un teleport. Pues salimos. Pochobo, ven aquí. Vámonos. Tendré que revisar también las skills base que me subí a Clive. Estas de aquí, porque hay algunas que no las estoy usando. La de mover la espada, sí. Es esto un tajo ascendente con la espada en el aire, vale. Esta no sé cómo se hace. ¿La estocada esta? No tengo ni idea de cómo se hace. Ah, es con... Vale, no es uno y luego otro, sino son a la vez. Hostia. Lo de esquivar, sí. Vale. Vale, esto ya lo sé hacer. Vale, perfecto. Vale, pues ya está. Esta es la redonda, tal. Las alas. Vale. Garuda ya está también. Ramón y... Este no tiene nada más, vale. Nah, no puedo subir nada.
Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options.
¿Cuál?
They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so it doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly.
Vámonos.
So, do you crush it up, or just...
Estaba mirando cuando llevo 10 horas y media. Bueno. Aún queda. Aún queda por hoy.
Come on.
Vale, aquí abajo. Ah, podría haberme teleportado un poquito. Un poquito. O me he equivocado, espera. Ah, no, no me he equivocado. Vale, vale. Lo estoy haciendo bien.
Oh, good. I was hoping to get out.
The men of the rock were carting off our crystals.
My carpets.
Take a sniff, good sir. Kneaded to a silken softness.
Consigue caliza. Ahora la puerta ya está directamente abierta.
We should get going soon.
What do you want? Directions? Either take this road to the Fang, or piss off back the way you came.
A tu puta casa. Me encanta, me encanta la traducción del juego.
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubo?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Tolmeki and Walud are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. A man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs.
Aquí está.
Shall we press on?
Uy, vamos ahí.
One rock looks a lot like another.
Vale, eso ya lo tengo que entregar ahí, pero... Hostia, no, hay que darle la vuelta. Es que ya que estoy aquí, voy, ¿no?
Hopefully this is what Seven needs.
Come on, girl, the gate's open now, we can press on.
No hay monstruos ahora.
What the hell are those things?
Siempre me pasa igual.
Something awful's taken up residence in the springs. We'll turn back if you know what's good for you.
Hostia, qué rápido hablan algunos, Claro, eran bombs, es que ya lo sabía. Digo, si las termas están tan calientes, son bombs. Y esto también, si os acordáis en Final Fantasy XIV, donde está Titán, a las afueras, también hay sitios así con el agua. Es que no sé cómo se llaman esto. Pero también está... Bueno, parece esa zona, porque también hay bombs y todo. Aparte de goblins.
By the flames.
Wow,
that explains the heat.
Hostia. No. Bueno. Uy, se está cambiando de color. Hola, Yuki. Vengo mientras hago los gachas. Boba, boba, boba. Es que no veo los iconitos que me pone Yuki. Y leo boba, boba, boba. Y ya está. Y bueno, pues vale, pues boba.
Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
Vale. Hay un cofre. Imagino que las dos quests están aquí ya. Vale, pues teleport. Espera, no hay nada más, ¿no? Pues al final el sistema de combate me está gustando, ¿eh? Y era lo que más miedo me daba. O sea, yo soy muy abierto con los finals. Me da igual si es por turnos o no. Me gusta que vayan cambiando. Ojalá el Final 17 tenga otro sistema de combate totalmente distinto a los anteriores. Ojalá. Pero tenía miedo. Tenía miedo igual, por si acaso. Por si acaso no me gustaba. ¿Por qué será tantos textos?
You wish to talk?
Ah, vale.
I'm honored. You and I.
Somos guapos ahora ya.
What? Alas. Still. Ours is a blessed corner of the Velcroy. At least they did. So, how very fitting. Of course, there's simply no other way. Don't be a stranger.
Vale. Uy, espera, ¿qué es esto? Steiner. ¡Hostia! Es un guiño al Final 9. Es un guiño. ¿Cómo puedo hacer...? ¿Cómo se hacían fotos con la Play? Así, ¿no? Ya está. Captura pantalla. Es un guiño al Final 9 directamente. Muchos de estos textos seguro que son guiños y no los había leído con esa intención. Este es muy evidente. Adalbert Steiner, de la compañía de mercenarios Pluto. Joder. Pero no me esperaba... O sea, este guiño es muy directo. Muy directo, pero seguro que hay muchos otros textos que hacen referencia a otros Final Fantasies. Ahora, cuando me lea textos así random, intentaré tener el ojo bien abierto y a ver si lo detecto. A ver.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
Cali, a ver. Deberías hacerlo con esto, ¿eh?
You are one of the good ones, you know that. You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for.
Cuchillo perfectísimo. Parece de una tribu.
That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalimil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava, know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
Vale. Cuando noto que el volumen baja, es que he completado la misión. Vale, entrego la siguiente. Y ya puedo seguir la historia. A no ser que... Ah, vale, pensé que había otra quest. A no ser... Vale, no han salido ninguna misión más. Vale, perfecto. No hay ninguna misión.
Carpets have pride of place.
The most fragrant herbs and fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Plates and pots! There he is. I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces? What threatened to make me a pauper?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? That's something new to worry about. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Here, a small something by way of thanks. Right. It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
Ya está, la gente no se quema, ¿no? Vale. Vale, ahora sé por qué me estaba vibrando, me estaban hablando. Ay. Vale. Claro, es que como que estoy jugando todo el día al final, no me doy cuenta de que me hablan por Twitter. Por privado, por mensajes, todo. Vale. Para abajo, para el sur. Me estaba yendo al revés. Además me he quedado con la copla de lo que es el juego. Ay, las sales.
Good day,
¿Este
my lord.
vende sales? Píldoras heroicas. 33 segundos.
An excellent choice.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Vamos, que aquí no hay mucho bicho. Ay, necesito que venga la cena ya. Tengo un agujero negro en el estómago. ¿Ya cenaste, chona? No, no he cenado. No sé qué cenar. Imagino que me voy a hacer un tomate con atún. Probablemente. Pero no voy a pedir, no voy a pedir. Voy a cocinármelo yo todo. No voy a pedir hamburguesa ni nada. Suficiente que estoy aquí en casa sin hacer nada. Imagínate que he hecho por la borda todo el trabajo que he hecho de dieta. Ah, no me van a dejar ir, vale. Es que antes comí palomitas de merienda. La mandíbula. No hay nada, ¿no? Está muy bien hecho el juego, ¿eh? Lo que sí que estoy viendo que en la pantalla se ve distinto el juego. En el monitor, claro, como que no tiene HDR. Joder, es muy distinto, ¿eh? Hostia, es curioso cómo afecta la iluminación. Uf, el cráter.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Mira el dragón.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know. Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
Yo que ya se fue.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
Jill se encontraba mal porque se transformó en Shiva y no está para muchos trotes ahora mismo. Y está muy débil. Está muy débil desde entonces. Así que no ha venido. Vale. Ya voy para aquí, ¿no? No hay ninguna quest, nada para craftear. Nada. Vale. Voy un momento a la cocina, ¿vale? Un momentito de nada. Voy. Tal vez me traigo otro cojín. El cojín con el que duermo. Y... venga un segundo, me voy a cortar 3 o 4 tomates. Un poco de atún y ya está. Y esta será mi cena. Ahora ven. Ya estoy. He tardado mucho, lo siento. He tardado. Al final no he traído ni el cojín. Soy un desastre de persona. Me he traído esto. Tomate con atún. Se está moviendo el mando porque me he echado esto encima. Vale, pues voy a seguir mientras ceno también. ¿Qué os parece? Menos mal, he vuelto. Es que había ido al baño, había ido a la cocina y bueno, he sacado cosas del congelador para mañana. Bueno, cosas así. También he revisado las redes sociales porque tenía mensajes de gente. Pero ya está. Si todo va bien, en un tiempo se vienen cositas también. Pero bueno, eso no quiero decir nada ahora mismo. Vale, eso, sigo. Ahora seguramente vengan escenas, con lo cual me va bien para cenar. Vamos allá. Claro, ¿cómo lo coge?
Fuck! Why do they start? What has that gutter rat done to me? Out of my sight, witch! I'll kill you, Rossfield! I'll rip out your heart! I'll tear you limb from limb!
Peace, Hugo. The table shan't hurt you any longer.
He sought to humiliate me. Me! If you hadn't interfered, he would be dead!
You truly believe you would have triumphed had the battle continued?
Titan would have ground him into dust!
And how would he have done that without his head?
Shut up!
You weren't strong enough, and you call yourself a dominant. Or rather, you did.
You mock me, Harbert.
Do you see, Hugo? You are weak.
Fuck!
But so long as that fire burns within you, there is still hope. There may yet be a way for you to take your revenge.
Tell me, what must I do? Please, I'll do anything. Just tell me.
The heart.
What of it?
A mother crystal's heart is the most concentrated source of ether in all creation. Perhaps you could take advantage of that. Of course, the crystal would not yield her blessing to any ordinary man. But then, you are no ordinary man, are you, Hugo? Clive Rossfield stole your power, but others have suffered a similar fate, and still managed to find the strength to conjure their icon. Like Benedicta Harmon.
¿Por qué a Harvard le han puesto un paquetorro?
She too drank of the ether and gained a power beyond human understanding.
She did. Benedicta. Benedict. I'll do it. My love. I'll avenge you.
along now, Hugo. You need only follow the light.
Si supiera que Benedicta solo le está usando, es que aquí hay un tramado complicado.
Muthos is here. Very well, it shall be so. You may leave everything to me, Your Majesty.
O sea, Artema está por aquí también. Orcos son.
Did the royalists bring them from Ash?
Vale.
Are the beastmen part of the Waluda army now? How the hell did that happen? They've spotted us. Stay down. Taken over the entire mine. So much for the men of the rock.
Estoy a punto de salir.
Namekia's finest.
Puntito, puntito.
Time to fight.
Hola, hola. Me encanta porque de repente te aparece el level up. Vale, se puede ir por ahí, pero aquí hay objetos. Poción. Vale. Hay otro. Cofre. ¿Dónde está el que está por arriba? Ahí no está. Hostia. No entiendo muy bien qué hace esto. A ver, espera. ¿Qué hace? ¿Esta ya? Ah, sí, esta ya. Vale. Pues hasta ya después de un rato. Vale, vale. ¿Y para dónde voy? Ah, hay una palanca. La otra palanca. Good boy, ¿te puedo hacer pet pet? Aquí no, ¿no? Iba a hacerle good boy. ¿Qué hay por aquí?
Won't be going any further this way.
A ver que por saltar puedes saltar. Bien petado.
Stairs. This must be the way out.
Pensé que se quejaba de las escaleras. Hostia.
I won't be sneaking past this one. How did it get in here?
Poco caudillo. Venga, abajo. Lo de saber esquivar y tal va muy bien, ¿eh? Bueno, saber, que yo no sé mucho, pero que al pillarle un poquito el truquillo ayuda mucho, esquivar. Aún no sé hacer parries, porque no lo acabo de entender, es cuando atacas a la vez que él. Pero... uff. Lo intenté antes y no me salió. Hay que practicar más.
By the flames.
Come on, Toggle.
Kupka never did do things by halves. As if taking the mother crystal thing alone wasn't enough. He had to build his castle in it.
Es bonito el sitio, en verdad. Vaya, una zona cuadrada y grande.
Let the trial begin.
Quería esquivarlo, o sea, bueno. Eso, hostia. Como la habilidad del priest de Ragnarok Online. Incrementa daño de figura con tormenta eléctrica. Vale.
Seems were expected.
So this is the power of Muthos.
Did the orcs do this too?
Ni cofre ni nada. El sitio es muy bonito, Es una pena que estos sitios estén tan bien hechos y solo sean de paso. Las de horas que habrán invertido diseñando estas cosas. Y luego...
What the hell is going on? Are these things here for me? Or for him?
Hay cofre. Siempre hago bien revisando estas cosas. Bueno, solo vidas. En vez de velas ponen fuego y ya está. Habilidades de apoyo del enemigo. Bravura. Cuando un enemigo usa esta habilidad, el ataque de sus compañeros aumenta y sobre ellos aparece un icono de espada. Derrótalos antes de que siga fortaleciendo a sus compañeros. Vale. Oye, la bravura está... Se nota. Se nota un poco. No puedo subir. Vale. Pues la única puerta que hay aquí. Digo que están todos muertos, ahora que lo pienso.
First orcs, now these nightmares. Is this your doing, Ultima?
Claro, será darte. Bueno, tema última. Vaya, un pasillo largo. Esquivado. Voy con los patardos. Bueno, si yo venía de ahí. No sé si escucháis los petardos que van sonando. Hola, Valeria. Uy. He vuelto con cachudón. ¿Qué tal el 16? ¿Ya aprendiste a esquivar? Más o menos, ¿eh? Más o menos he aprendido a esquivar. ¿Qué tal, Valeria? Uy. Sí, ¿no? Venía. Ah, vale, es la puerta del medio. Vale. Pues el 16 muy bien, de momento. Seguro que irá todo escalando un montón. Tiene pinta.
You've been busy, Kupka. But where did you go? The heart.
Había un cofre, que me he fijado.
He's in the sanctuary. I can feel it. Come on, Toggle.
Vale. ¿No puedo saltar por aquí? Wow. Eso, me habían dado equipo antes y no lo había mirado. No tengo ni idea de si tengo algo mejor. No. Me queda un poco. Muy bien. Aunque es verdad que nunca he probado. Pero ¿cómo se llaman estos de aquí? Tormenta eléctrica, vale. Arma carmesí, ignición. Espera, que aquí lo ponía. Ignición. Disminuir el tiempo de recarga. Tampoco es tanto. No es tanto. Pero tal vez marca la diferencia. Es que un 10% no me parece mucho. Me parece poquito un 10%. El bufo. Seguiré igual a esto. Ultra poción. Poción.
Just what I needed.
Give me the...
Too slow. That better be the last of them.
Benedicta, my everything. I've missed you so much. Kuka! I swear to you, my love, we will never be parted again.
What's wrong with him?
You got away from her! Benedicta! I'll kill you, Oswald!
Oh shit, he's priming. Not now. Come on. Find him. You've done this before. You can do it again. Let the flames burn within you. No. Let them burn without.
Come to me, Ifrit!
Es que este no es Joshua. Los capitanes. Súper enorme.
trick. But if you can do it, then so could I!
Vale, puedo copiar las habilidades. Megalito. A ver.
Let's give this a try. Not bad.
Esquivar esto. Buena copia. Ah, he hecho la explosión titánica, pero lo he hecho mal. Hostia, no se le das que...
What the hell has he done?
Se come el que está corrupto, ese. Venga, más grande. Flipar. Menuda regalada de combate, tío. O sea, han dicho, venga, todos los medios, nos vamos a meter aquí. ¿Cómo mola, tío? Me gusta que hayan dicho, venga, no, eso de invocaciones chiquitas y que hagan un ataquito y se vayan, no. Vamos a hacerlo a lo grande, a lo que mola. Qué locura.
Is that you, Ultima? What do you want?
Your soul is tainted with worthless human will, yet your thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall achieve perfection.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will accept us, Mythos. It is inevitable. You were created for this purpose, and you shall serve it.
Never!
Fight it, Clive! Don't let him in!
Consciousness. We see now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It appears we first have to sever every thread of the consciousness that supports it. No matter. The time to build a new world is not yet upon us. We will contemplate.
Thank you, Joshua.
Qué pasada todo,
One can no more command the power of ether by drowning in its flood than one can constrain the tides by standing in the sea. I had thought Hugo wiser than this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all.
Titan was strong.
Your Majesty.
But Mythos is stronger.
For 5 years, that man lived only for revenge. Clinging fast to a fiction, even as it swept him into the abyss. One cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Hugo Kupka, the man who gave his life for a woman's head. A fool like all the rest.
That the death of a mother crystal should be so beautiful.
Some medicine, my lord? I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop bothering me, urchin, or you'll feel the back of my hand.
La niña otra vez.
You must consider your health, my prince. If a show of force is needed to keep the Dalmex at bay, you may trust in your dragoons. I beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort. His strength comes at too great a cost.
The Empire agreed to an armistice with the Republic, and yet the Emperor still plots its ruin. For now, the Dalmex suspect nothing, and as long as I can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire. When our people look to the heavens, the sight of him gives them hope.
Al menos ha habido un beso en el juego.
Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas.
I will always be your loyal servant.
La de fanarts que van a salir de esto. La de fanarts que van a salir de esto. Ya escucho las tabletas dibujando.
Should the Council's brazen maneuvering prompt the Republic to tear up their own treaty and launch a new assault, our soldiers would advance to meet them, cutting across the Central Isles, but not in time to prevent their forces from breaching the southern defenses and storming Twinside. And so the capital would become a battlefield. Thousands of innocents would die. I cannot allow that to happen.
There is one small mercy, at least. You will not be forced to do battle with Titan.
Would that I could avoid doing battle at all.
1,000 pardons, Your Highness.
What is it?
Olivier has been made Emperor. What is the meaning of this?
My father's orders. What were they? Quickly! Yes, Your Highness.
His Radiance requests that your highness maintain position here and... Gah!